Okay, I'm doing a follow-up in regards to the initial inquiry I made to Pulaski Animal Hospital on Friday of last week. That would have been, I believe, the 16th of June. Okay, so in my last documentary journal that I'm creating for myself, the last message I received from Dr. Adam Spender would have been on that same day, I believe, of just a moment. The 16th, yeah. So I sent him a text message in regards to what had transpired. I don't know if it was a miscommunication. I'll briefly reiterate what I had stated in my last journal documentation. I initially contacted the hospital on Friday of last week to discuss, Meisha's breathing that I've noticed seemed to be a little off. It was an inquiry. I wanted to know if this is something that I should be concerned about. So when I spoke with the girl, that was basically what it was. When I spoke with one of the girls that works there, I told her that I was concerned because I already lost one family member, and I didn't want to lose another one. I wanted to nip, if it is a problem or a potential problem, I wanted to nip it in the butt. I guess she went to speak to Dr. Spender because she asked, well, who's her attending doctor? And I said, well, it's normally Dr. Collada, but that particular day that I had to take her in for this other issue, it was Dr. Spender's that was handling her. And this is still a continuation of his treatment with her. So she went and asked him. He responded, and she came back and said, well, Dr. Spender could see her, Meisha, the next following day, which would have been Saturday, as a drop-off. I drop her off, they look at her when they have time, and then I pick her up when they're done. I told him I can't commit myself to that because it was short notice. I don't have transportation. I don't know if I can have transportation. So I just left it at, when I spoke with her, I said, let's do this. I'm going to monitor her, but if you can ask Dr. Spender to call me at the end of his day before he leaves, so I can just, explain to him what I've noticed. If he has a moment to review the tape or the video, then he could, either speak with me or text me, either way, to let me know what he advises me to do with her. Either bring her in, try a home remedy, or whatever. So after that, something happened to Meisha. I don't know what happened. From the time I had left my apartment for 10 seconds, she was really, I knew something was wrong with her because she wasn't responding the way she normally does. I noticed she was extremely bloated while laying on the bed. She really didn't really care to make any type of eye contact with me. So I figured, okay, maybe she doesn't feel well. I'll leave her, take care of what I have to do real quick, come back and care for her. I walk out the door, I forget my mask. 12 seconds, she's on the bed. Come in the door, and now she's on the floor, laying in a pool of urine and vomit. And my first thought was, with all that urine, she lost control of her bladder. She was laying on the floor, prone, on her side. She had vomit on both sides of her torso, so that leads me to believe she was flipping. I don't know if she was having a seizure or what happened, but she had a straight gaze, glazed over look, as though somebody was dying, and her breathing was like she was gasping. I don't know what happened. So, of course, I panicked. I called the hospital. This is now an hour after I spoke with them initially that morning. The girl got on the phone. I'm frantic. I don't know what to do. I asked her. I said, this is what's happening. I said, I think she's dying. I don't want her to suffer. I need to bring her in. She says, she puts me on hold. She comes back and she goes, how soon can you bring her in? I told her, I don't know. I got to find arrangements. If I can, I'll let you know. I found arrangements. I called her, and she says, okay, let me go tell them that, that you found a ride. And she comes back and she said, okay, they're aware of it. Now, she says they. She didn't specifically name who, but she says they are aware of it and they are awaiting you to arrive with her. That was her exact words. I get there. There is nobody there to wait for her. They don't know what I'm talking about. I asked to speak to the girl who I spoke with. They tell me she's gone. I said, well, what was her name? They wouldn't tell me. So, this is a follow. So, I called because they said, you might as well go home because there's no one here to look at her. I told her she was laying in a puddle of her own, bodily fluids, and she couldn't even stand very well. So I said, since she's here, can somebody look at her? I said, I don't care who it is. When I called, I didn't ask for anyone in particular. I didn't ask for Dr. Spender. I didn't ask for anybody. I said, I need to bring her in. I don't care who looks at her at that point. Her health is extremely important to me. They said, no, we can't do nothing. Can't help you. So I get on the phone, and Dr. Spender, texts me, and he, in his text message, he goes, you can call me anytime. I don't know if you can see that. There's a glare. I don't know. I can't see it in the glare, but it's there. It says, you can call me anytime, Dr. Adam Spender. So I called them from the waiting room in the, they call it a hospital, but it's not a hospital. And I want to find out what's going on. This is, something important to me. This is, I'm concerned about Meisha's health. They're her doctor. And it went straight to his voicemail. I explained to him what had transpired. This issue with Meisha, with her laying in her body fluids, wasn't even what I called originally for. And I explained that to him. And I told him, I'm in your lobby. I don't know what to do now. Doctor, her primary, they wouldn't even, the primary doctor, the receptionist says, well, the only doctor we have on hand right now is Dr. Collada. And we don't know if he even wants to see Meisha. This is what I believe Maria told me. And I see Dr. Collada come out, and at that point, I didn't want to get him involved, because if he doesn't know, I need to know, why would this girl, and if I hear her name, I'll know who it is. They wouldn't even give me the names. So there was no need for me to address this with Dr. Collada. Cheryl is one who should have come out and dealt with me. So after that, I got a message from Dr. Spender. It didn't even seem like he was concerned about it. He made it clear that he wasn't aware about the incident after my initial first call. And he left a negative comment, which I'm not going to get into right now. But I responded to that, and I explained to him, what was going on. And I asked him, listen, do you want me to bring her in? I'd like to bring her in. And I waited that day for a response to his response on Friday. I didn't get a response from him for Friday. So Saturday, I had to give Meisha her treatment. I can't pronounce the treatment medical term. It's scapulous treatment, scapulous, something like that. But that requires you to administer a certain amount of milliliters of electrolytes under her fur to help flush the toxins in her kidney, because she has, as far as I know, at this point, stage 2 renal failure. So I need to also make an appointment to have her tested to see where we're at with that. And I need to find out, get their opinion on right now where we're at. What is the quality of her life by me continuing giving her these fluids? Because I don't know if these are making her sick. So I sent him the video Saturday. I still haven't received a response from that. And here we are, Monday, June 18th. So I just a little while ago, here's the videos of what I sent him. I had to send him the videos in 4 parts because of the size of the file. It was just too large to send via text, so I had to break it down into 4 parts. I haven't received a response. In the video, you can see the way she's breathing. It's like a cough. When she does it, of course, her chest cavity kind of jerks. But I also noticed that when she does it, her leg tends to spasm. I don't know if that's involuntary or if that's due to the coughing. This is an issue that Dr. Spinder could look at. Maybe that's something he's familiar with. Maybe he can advise me whether I should be concerned or if this is just normal. Nothing. Haven't heard nothing. So this morning, I was on a call at 8:30, 8:45 to see if he was in. But I had to take Meisha because I have to now put her on a schedule where I have to get her up every 4 to maybe 5 hours to get her to go to the bathroom, because I don't want her holding it. I think that her holding it causes another problem for her, and that's a urinary tract infection, which I'm treating right now as well. And the text message says, and this was at, let's see, I sent it at 10:29. Right now it's 10:38, so almost 10 minutes ago. Hi, Dr. Spinder. Do you have a moment to review the video of Meisha's breathing that I sent you? And I think he's probably with a client, so I don't expect him to respond to it right now. I'm hoping that he does see it and that he does respond to me before the end of his day. And that's what I always request. I don't expect any of the doctors to drop what they're doing at that moment, because I know they're probably with a client, a patient. I'd rather have them at their leisure, after they're done with their day, just to call me, to let me know what I should do, what they advise me to do. I've always been like that. I haven't heard nothing yet. So I'm going to try to send the video to their mobile number at the clinic. Well, they say it's a hospital. It's a clinic. It's misleading. Even all these years, I was under the impression it was a hospital, just to find out as of recent that it's not. So this is where we're at right now. Now I'm going to call them, and I'm going to call them right now, and I'm going to bet you anything. Well, maybe, but I'm going to guess that I'm not going to be able to get through. It's going to go straight to their voicemail, or they do answer. And I'm thinking whether it's coming from Cheryl, instructions from Cheryl, or maybe Dr. Spencer, I don't know, that they don't want nothing to do with Meisha. And if that's the case, are they trying to hurt me, or are they trying to hurt Meisha because of whatever? I don't see it as any fault on my part. I know exactly what I told that young lady when I called Friday. I don't know what she said to Dr. Spender, if she even spoke to Dr. Spender or whoever she spoke to. I don't know if she actually spoke to anybody. But if she did, why didn't that message, why didn't they act on that message? Or why couldn't they have called me, because I had to drag my neighbor to, take me there in a quick method of driving me there to help Meisha. They could have called me and said, "Hey, we can't see you. Don't come in." That, okay, I wouldn't mind that. But to get there, carrying her, I had to carry Meisha in to be told, "You gotta leave. There's nothing we can do for Meisha." You should have told me that either before I left, while I was on the phone, or on my way there, which probably wouldn't have been as happy, but it's a lot better than finding out halfway there than to find out when I get there that there's nothing to be done. If they tell me they don't want to see Meisha, to me, I take that as retaliatory, because I'm being a nuisance, that I'm speaking up for them, because in their condition, her condition, dogs can't defend themselves. They can't speak and tell you what's wrong with them. That's why if you take on the responsibility of caring for a pet, you need to follow through from the beginning all the way to the end. And that's what I've done with my girls. I lost one Shar-Pei already due to the negligence of Cheryl, the office manager at Pulaski Animal Hospital. This is a track record that she's had with me for several years. And going over some of the Google reviews, I could see that it extends into the reviews of the office manager at Pulaski Animal Hospital, which I know happens to be Cheryl. Other pet parents who have had negative experiences all are commenting on the same problem: being spoken to by someone rude, or not getting any phone calls at all after they're being promised that they'll receive a call back during the day or before the end of the day. And I know Dr. Spender's aware of it, yet it doesn't seem like he's addressing the issue. And especially what happened with Meisha, Hippie, I made it clear to him that this Cheryl has to be addressed. Either she is reprimanded, or has a talking to, or something. But this can't go on. They're there to care for pets. Regardless, if it's something really major, like the dog just got hit and it's just internal injuries or whatever it could be, yeah, maybe, all right, they may not be able or wanting to see it because of the extent of the injuries. But with this was just an inquiry. Initially started as an inquiry on what to do about her breathing. And look at where we're at now. I didn't take her in on the Saturday because I asked the girl, Maria, that Friday if the slot opening for a drop-off was still available. And she checked. She said, well, there's two, 8:45. And I told her, well, I'm going to try to bring her in. If I'm sure I can get a ride to bring her in the morning, I'll call you to let you know. If I can't, then I'm not going to call. I'll try calling Monday to see if I can set up a schedule for an appointment with them. So I'm going to call them right now. So let's see. Let's see if they even pick up, first of all. Might go straight to voicemail because they have caller ID. I found out that they did when I was told they didn't. 10:45 now. They're open today.
You have reached Pulaski Animal Hospital. This phone number is for outgoing calls only. Please do not leave a voicemail. Call our main number at 77.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I did dial their main number. Apparently, I dialed their mobile number, which is where I send all of the videos. That's what I was instructed to do, to send it to their mobile number. So let me do that. Yeah, alright, I gotta make sure I had to break the original video into 4 parts because the size of the file, it wouldn't allow me to send it via text. So I want to make sure I send the video in proper order. Okay, that's not it. Oh. Let's try this one. This is the reason I sent you, or I called the clinic yesterday. This is the sound, the respiratory sound that I spoke to the young lady about concerning Meisha. That was... Okay, this is it. Alright, you know what? I'm going to put this video... Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to let it play. I got to make sure that I'm doing this right, because right now, the way it's leaving me really flustered. Okay, this is... Okay, I know which one. Okay. Got it. Okay, so I just sent the video right now, and I'm typing, this is what I'm concerned about involving Meisha's breathing. That's what I'm going to type right now. this cause to be concerned. Comma, will call you. Thank you. Sending it. Just sent it. Alright, so let me go through to their main number. Alright. Alright, now we're dialing it. Let's see what... Okay, they're busy signal. Huh. Seems like it hung up automatically. Let's try it again. Line busy. Okay. Alright, I'm going to try back in about 5-10 minutes. So I'll stop the video now and I'll start the video in 5 minutes and see what happens.